Back when we lived in that house, we were really isolated, with no neighbors nearby, except for the area where big trucks passed by, but it was within walking distance. I remember one time when I was put to bed early by my mom, and I got surprised when my dad couldn't wake her up. He tried everything, but she just wouldn't wake up, and chaos broke out in our house. Strange things kept happening, and we eventually realized that we were being mocked, which is what lamat means. I also remember the face of an old lady whom we didn't know. Her hair was messy and white, and she was short. She was intensely staring at my mom at that time, and my grandma saw her too. She even asked the guard who that lady was, but when they looked back, she was gone. After that, I was traumatized by what I saw and experienced, and it just didn't feel right to stay in that place. Eventually, we had to leave, and my dad found a piece of land and a new house. I was in 7th grade at the time, and that was when I experienced sleep paralysis for the first time. At first, I didn't even know what it was, because it had never happened to me when I was younger. It was only after we moved out of our old house that I started experiencing sleep paralysis regularly. Do you think there's a spiritual explanation for all of this? Or was it just my trauma response to what happened in our old house? Because it's not just that one incident we experienced. There were many other things that we just brushed off as our imagination. I've experienced sleep paralysis quite a few times, but what I experienced one day made me believe in paranormal stuff. I was 12 when this happened. My family usually has open discussions on paranormal activities and doesn't try to deny it. But I don't know if it was fear, but I always denied it, saying science doesn't prove it. Although I have experienced a ton of hauntings, because the street I used to live on had 10+ suicide cases and 2 murder cases all within 2 years. But science, I said. I have made a habit of covering my face with a blanket while sleeping, and I can't explain how, but my mom always senses it when I'm having sleep paralysis, and she moves my body. Now I wonder if it was my mom every time. As usual, I woke up one morning, my face covered with a blanket, but I noticed I couldn't move my body. Sleep paralysis scares the shit out of me, even though I've had it multiple times. I was sweating, and it was getting extremely hard to breathe because of the blanket situation. I really thought that was my last day. A baby-sized hand touched my forehead. It was warm. The sunlight from my window was falling on me, so I could see the clear shadow of a tiny hand from inside the blanket. It slowly moved away. It broke the paralysis, thankfully. I was searching everywhere for what it could have been. I thought maybe it was my younger brother, but he wasn't in my room. His hands are bigger than mine. What really creeps me out is that my mom or grandmother doesn't deny anything I tell them. They focus more on the solution to help me avoid stuff like this, but never gave me a logical explanation. Thanks for watching our video. Have you ever had a really scary experience? We want to hear about it. You can tell us in 2 ways. Option 1 is, write down what happened and email it to us. The email address is in the description below. We're excited to read your story and learn all about what happened. And the second option is, record your story using your phone's recording feature. Make sure the sound is good, with no background noise. We want to make sure everyone can hear your scary story clearly. Pick whichever option works best for you, and let's explore your spooky experiences together. We're looking forward to hearing from you. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.